Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. A reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 11th, Chapter 5, entitled Narada concludes his teachings to Vasudeva. Karmanya Kovida Stabda Murkha Panditamanina Vadanti Chatukan Mudha Yaya Madhvya Girotsaka Karmanya Kovida Stabda Murkha Panditamanina Vadanti Chatukan Mudha Yaya Madhvya Girotsaka Karmanya Kovida Stabda Murkha Panditamanina Vadanti Chatukan Mudha Yaya Madhvya Girotsuka.
Karmanya Kovida Stabda Panditamanina Vadanti Chatukan Mudha Karmanya Kovida Stabda Murkha Panditamanina Vadanti Chatukan Mudha Yaya Madhvya Girotsuka Karmanya Kovida Stabda
Matajis. Word to word meaning. Karmani, about the facts of fruitive work. Akovida, ignorant. Stabda, puffed up by false pride. Murkha, fools. Panditamanina, thinking themselves great scholars. Vadanti, they speak. Chatukan, flattering entreaties. Mudha, bewildered. Yaya, by which. Madhvya, sweet. Gira, words. Utsuka, very eager. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Disciples of Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Ignorant of the art of work, such arrogantly proud fools, enchanted and enlivened by the sweet words of the Vedas, pose as learned authorities and offer flattering entreaties to the demigods. Purport. The words Karmanya Akavida refers to those who are ignorant of the art of performing work in such a way that there will be no future bondage. This art is described in Bhagavad Gita, Yagyarthat Karmano Anyatra Lokayam Karma Bandhana. Work must be performed for satisfaction of Vishnu. Otherwise, work is the cause of future bondage in the cycle of repeated birth and death. The word stabda, puffed up by false pride, indicates that although ignorant persons do not know the art of working properly, they do not inquire from learned devotees, nor do they accept the advice of the Lord's own men. Being infatuated by fruitive results offered in the Vedas, such murkhas or fools think, we are learned Vedic scholars, we understood everything perfectly. Thus they are attracted to such Vedic statements as Apam, Somam, Amrita, Abhuma. We have drunk the Soma juice, and now we are immortal. Akshavya, ha, vai, Chaturmasya, Yajina, Sukritam, Bhavanti. For one who executes the Chaturmas sacrifice, there is inexhaustible pious reaction. And Yatra, Noshnam, Nas, Sitam, Sham, Naglanir, Napi, Arataya. Let us go to that material planet where there is no heat, no cold, no diminution, and no enemies. Such foolish persons are unaware that even Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, will die at the end of universal time. What to speak of materialistic followers of the Vedas who jump like frogs to different celestial planets, seeking the highest standard of sense gratification. Such bewildered Vedic scholars dream of frolicking with the Apsaras, the gorgeous society girls of the heavenly planets, who are expert in singing, dancing, and in general stimulating uncontrollable lusty desires. Thus, those who are carried away by the heavenly phantasmagoria offered in Karmakanda section of the Vedas gradually develop an atheistic mentality. Actually, the entire universe is meant to be offered to Lord Vishnu as sacrifice. The conditioned soul can thereby gradually elevate himself to the eternal kingdom beyond the hallucination of material sense gratification. However, being puffed up by false pride, the materialistic followers of Vedas remain perpetually ignorant of the supremacy and the beauty of Lord Vishnu. Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantigam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padayam Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyanta Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Tushe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balbhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Nama Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody for coming today for morning Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. I seek blessings of all wonderful devotees assembled here so that I can speak something for my own purification. We see this Bhagavad Gita as well as Bhagavatam is in a dialogue form, question-answer form. We see how Bhagavatam begins first canto. Sages of Naimisharanya are asking 6 questions to Sutta Goswami. And when Sutta Goswami heard this question, he was so pleased. He said, "Oh, thank you very much. Your questions are so wonderful. They are meant for entire world's welfare. And such questions can really satisfy self." Munuyo sadhu prishtoham bhavadbir loka mangalam yat krita krishna samprashno enatma suprasiddhi. These questions can completely satisfy self and can benefit everybody because these questions are related with Krishna. So we see Parikshit Maharaj also begins in his discussions asking questions and Sukadeva Goswami is answering. And similarly here we see in this 11th canto, Maharaj Nimi is asking very wonderful questions to Navayogendras, and Navayogendras are answering. Practically this Maharaj Nimi asked 9 questions, and Navayogendras, 9 of them, they answer one question. We can have actually one book compiled on this. It encompasses the entire Krishna conscious philosophy. Entire Bhagavad Gita teachings or entire Bhagavatam teaches in condensed form. So, from the quality of questions, we can understand the quality of a person. So, what kind of questions Maharaj Nimi is asking, from that we can understand how exalted this person is. And similarly, the quality of answers which Navayogendras give, we can understand they are actually Paramahamsas, eternal assets of Lord, just wandering in this world just for benefit of everybody, just for enlightening. So this Narada Muni and Navayogendra, they are always wandering here and there. 4 Kumaras, now also they are there. It's not that they have died and gone. They are there, So they are messengers of God. So these question answers are so amazing. Yayatma suprasiddhi, completely satisfy heart. We keep on asking so many questions, but that doesn't satisfy our heart. Prabhupada says everybody is asking questions, and there's always question answer going on in schools, colleges, universities, in market, in parliament, in courts. Everywhere, everybody is asking questions and answers. Somebody goes in market, kya bhav hai? What is the rate of onion? What is the rate of garlic? What is the rate of fish? What is? They're all. But these questions are of not much value. Human form life is meant for asking questions. Atoto Brahma Jigyasa. But questions related with Brahma Jigyasa, our what is of our ultimate good. And for that one has to approach a bona fide spiritual master. And bona fide spiritual master can reveal transcendent knowledge. So here we see Vasudeva has been asking questions to Narada, and Narada is answering the question of Vasudeva. And in regard to that, Narada Muni is relating the pastime of Maharaj Nimi and Navagendras. And today's chapter is entitled Narada concludes his teachings. So almost 7 questions have been asked. In this chapter, 2 more questions are there. And then Narada says this was the discussion, this thing. So we see that in this chapter, these 2 questions, first question, this 8th question, Maharaj Devi is asking, what is the destination of people who are inimical to worship of Lord Vishnu and who are unable to control their own mind and senses? So what do they achieve? And next question is about in different ages how one can worship Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in today's verse, basically one of the Navya, Chamasa, he is answering the question of Maharaj Nimi. What is the destination of those who do not worship Supreme Personal Godhead? Earlier, there has been a lot of discussion about devotional service and results of devotional service and all these things. And now there is discussion about what is the result of not worshiping Supreme Personal. We need to know both the things. What is benefit of serving Krishna? What is benefit of understanding Krishna? Janma karma cha me divyam yoyam yati tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti swarjana. Result of understanding Krishna, serving Krishna is one can become free from cycle of birth and death and can go back to the kingdom of God. One can achieve pure devotional service to God. One can experience great joy. One can experience eternal life full of happiness. And what is the result of not serving God? Here there is description. Chamasa Rishi, or one of the Navayadas, is explaining. And after that, Karbajan Muni explains about Yuga Avtaras and what are different processes by which one can worship in age of Kali. So here now the Chamsa is saying that how these 4 varnas and ashrams are created by Supreme Lord and mean to worship Supreme Lord. But how Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, they get puffed up and they get attracted to fruitive results explained in Vedas, and they get so entangled in Dharma, Artha, Kama that they forget to worship Supreme Personal Godhead. The purpose of Vedas is to actually know Supreme Lord and worship Lord. But these people, they get so much distracted by sense gratification that they forget the goal of life, and then their destination is they suffer terribly and enter the hell. We see that even Prabhupada right here, it is said, half knowledge is a dangerous thing. These people, they study Vedas, that also little incompletely. Therefore, they think they know everything. Oh, if you study Vedas, then you will get, all material facilities. You can go to heaven. You can enjoy. But they don't know that even what to speak of heaven, if you go to topmost loka, Brahma loka, even Brahma loka is temporary, and even Brahma has to die. And goal of life is actually to get out of this material bondage and go back to the kingdom of God. But they don't want to know about kingdom of God. They don't want to know about God. They themselves want to become God, and they want to enjoy here. So we see person in village want to come to town, person town wants to come to cities, person city wants to come to metropolitan city, and people in metropolitan city wants to go abroad in modern times. And abroad people want to go to moon and all this thing by the space. But just a few decades ago, even in India, people knew that anywhere in the world on planet Earth is not a very happy place. So they think we should go to heaven. But heaven, modern people think moon and sun, they are just rocks and all these things. But at least those are Vedic, they know heaven, how opulent is there and how you can enjoy there. So when they know about the enjoyments of heaven, how long life you can have, how you can drink so much juice and all these things, and kadam kanan, Nandan Kanan gardens, yes, Nandan Kanan gardens and Apsaras, they get very captivated. But they don't understand whether you go to heaven or anywhere, it's temporary. And that does not satisfy the hearts. We see so many personalities in Bhagavatam. There are stories how King Prachini Parishit, he was so attached to performing yagyas, one after another, so many yagyas, hoping that he will go to heaven and enjoy. It was only when Narad Muni came and explained, "Arey, you have killed so many animals, and these animals are going to kill you later on." And he showed graphically preview of the what he is going to get. He got shocked. He was thinking that I will just enjoy. He didn't know how much he is going to suffer also. Nature of mind is, materialistic mind is, it always overestimate material happiness and underestimate material problems. You tell there is going to be a problem here. They think, okay, there will be some problem, but there is so much happiness. And nature of materialistic mind is that it overestimate problems in spiritual life and underestimate spiritual happiness. You tell chant Hare Krishna, they say no, Prabhuji, it's too difficult to chant Hare Krishna. No, they don't know that chanting Hare Krishna can give you what not. It can give you nectar at every step. Anandam Buddhivardhanam, can free from all bondage, can take you back to Godhead. They said, no, Prabhuji, it's very difficult to chant Hare Krishna. No? But for material life, they are very enthusiastic. They are working very hard for materialistic life. Like they work hard. Like you see, young boys work so hard to go to IIT. Now in these few months, there are 4 suicides actually in this semester in IIT Kharagpur. You tell them, just see so much stress, tension, anxiety is there in that. Why you want to go? Still, they think it's all right. It's very, maybe he was stressed, I won't be stressed, So when they see problems, even they think, okay, maybe he faced, not I will not face. And still they endeavor. They see there's so much suffering in material life. Every aspect of material life, there's so much suffering. But still, people have hope that they will be happy because they overestimate material happiness and they underestimate material miseries. Oh, you go to America, there is so much joy. But so much stress and anxiety is there. Anytime you can be thrown out, anytime you will be laid out, anytime you will be kicked out, your visa will be cancelled, and so much loans and all. People think, okay, it's small price, but there's so much joy, So people overestimate happiness, underestimate problem. But as far as Krishna consciousness, they too much overestimate problem. You say, just see, devotees' life is so blissful, chanting, dancing, They say, no, Prabhuji, but there's too much trouble, You have to give up meat eating, gambling, this is just intoxicating, maybe too difficult. You have to get up in the morning, chant Hare Krishna, it's too difficult, So, even such a simple process of chanting, dancing, they think it's difficult. And they underestimate the joy and happiness that can give them, and too much focus on this because of poor fund of knowledge, and because they don't want to learn also. Here it is said, these materialistic people, they are puffed up. They think they know everything, and therefore they don't want to know also. Therefore, they don't surrender to bona fide spiritual master also, and they just continue struggling in material life, and more and more they struggle, more and more they try to enjoy, more and more they suffer. They get suffering, but still they don't understand. Till they get so much smashed in their life that they think, oh, maybe now I understand, maybe there is some suffering. Let me try to understand, So, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Diva, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai, Bhakti Ladam. So, after millions of lifetimes, some fortunate person comes to Guru and get bhakti and come to know about devotional service and come to know about how wonderful is devotional service. Devotional service is so wonderful. And that just by in the beginning stages of devotional service, one can be freed from all the miseries. One is freed from all karma, kleshagni, and all his sufferings go away. And immediately one develops wonderful transcendental qualities, and there is all auspiciousness in one's life. One becomes peaceful, one develops all wonderful qualities and all these things just in beginning stages of devotional service. And when one progresses further, one gets so much happiness. Moksha lagutakrit. The happiness, material happiness, forget. It becomes incident. Even happiness of liberation becomes insignificant. And then Sandharanand Visheshat. When one progresses further, one can experience so much happiness, incalculable happiness, that he cannot pursue any materialistic life or materialistic misery or anything. He can't even pursue happiness of Brahm, liberation, all this. And most importantly, one can attract Krishna, Sri Krishna, Karshani. Krishna gets captivated. Krishna is conquered. And imagine Supreme Personal Lord, Krishna is conquered. What is impossible to achieve then? If you please Krishna, what is unattainable? You want anything, you will get it, or material or spiritual benefits. You want to be Brahma, you can be. Krishna in one moment can make you Brahma, whose position millions of times superior to Indra and all the devotees. Or if you want, he can give you all mystic powers. You can become smaller than small, greater than great. You can understand minds of others. You can get anything from anywhere. We see modern science. What is modern science? Modern science is childish attempt to imitate yogis. Yogis, they can do all miraculous things. So what is modern science trying to do? Same. Trying to attempt, trying to be bigger than big, smaller than small, trying to fly, trying to go under water, go under space, go under earth, trying to whatever, all these are mystic powers, But we see devotees can easily get all mystic powers. If one pleases Supreme Lord, what is not possible? We see Hanumanji, great devotee, he had all the powers, all mystic power. He could become smaller than small, greater than great, So all these things are there. Or if one wants liberation, one can easily get liberation by mercy of Supreme Person God. However, devotees don't aspire for any of these things, because devotees are fully satisfied in loving service. Rather, there is so much nectar in service, they're least bothered about all these things. They don't want any reward for service. We see generally demigod worshippers. Vedas talk about demigod worship. They go to demigods and worship. And when demigod appears, they are very excited because now they can present their list what they want, and they can get that desire fulfilled. So their excitement is not worship. Worship is troublesome. Their excitement is a result. When they say, oh, I'm going to get result, they're excited. Similarly, materialist person, he goes to job. Excitement is not job. Excitement is at the end of the month, he will get the paycheck. He feels very excited. He works very hard because he thinks after the month I will get this paycheck. And when he doesn't get paycheck, he will be frustrated. Oh, why did I work so hard? Similarly, demigod worshippers, they work so hard. If they don't get the boon, they will be frustrated. But devotees, they work so hard to please Lord. And when Lord is pleased, Lord says, my dear devotee, I am so pleased with you. Ask any benediction you want. Devotee said, my dear Lord, no, I am fully satisfied. You have given more than what I need, We see in in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavatam, description of Kola, which is Sridhar. From material point of view, he had no roti kapda makan enough. But still, he was so attached to Krishna. He was chanting Krishna's names. And when Lord Chaitanya was so pleased with him, he called him, oh Sridhar, please come. I am so pleased with your devotional service. Please ask any benediction you want. Sridhar said, no, my dear, I am very happy. Lord said, please ask. If you want wealth like Indra, I will give you. Or life like Brahma, I will give you. He said, no, my dear Lord, I don't want, I am satisfied. From point of view of eternity, ant's life and Brahma's life, not much difference. And from absolute point of view, lifestyle of a bird and lifestyle of king, not much difference, Both are in material world, same. Bird told that this is nothing great about it. So Sridhar said, I am not interested. Lord Chaitanya said, oh, if you want all mystic powers, I will give you. The yogis work so hard to achieve mystic powers. I will give you that. Sridhar said, no, my dear Lord, it will be too much disturbance and distraction. I don't want that. Then Lord Chaitanya said, oh, if you want liberation, I will give you liberation. Sridhar said, no, I don't want liberation. That is just like hell, Kaivalya Narkayate, So, Lord Chaitanya said, hey, please ask something. He said, no, my dear Lord, I am happy, satisfied. He said, no, please ask something. For my pleasure, you ask. He said, my dear Lord, I am happy. I don't want anything. He said, no, I want to give, please ask. Then Sridhar said, my dear Lord, if you want to bless me, then bless me that I will always remember you and I will never forget you. May I always remember your childhood form as Nimai, who used to come to steal my bananas and banana leaves and all this thing. May I always remember that. So, in remembering Lord, in serving Lord, there's so much of nectar. That nectar of heaven or nectar of mystic powers or nectar of liberation becomes insignificant. So therefore devotees are not wanting any of such things. We see Rudrasur, who was earlier King Chitraketu. Chitraketu Maharaj, he was pure devotee of Krishna and he was cursed by Parvati to become a demon. Ordinary person will become angry and upset. Arey, how dare I got cursed to die and become demon? But Chitraketu was very happy. He bowed down to Mother Parvati and said, thank you, Mother, I accept your curse. And later on he got the body of a demon, Rudrasur. But we see when he is fighting with Indra, he is so enthusiastic, he is so blissful. And Indra is in so much anxiety. Indra is in anxiety that I may lose my heavenly kingdom. This Rudrasur is so huge and powerful. Maybe he will take over my kingdom. And therefore his work in anxiety is offering prayers to Lord, and Lord is pleased and he's saying, my dear Lord, please do something, arrange some for killing of this demon. And then Lord blesses him with thunderbolt, Vajra. And he says, with this you can kill. And we see when Indra comes with Vajra to kill Rudrasur, Rudrasur is so happy. But in the fight, Indra, when he sends his Gada with all power, Vritrasura just takes it with left hand and hits it back. And it hits the Airavat, elephant of Indra, and Indra and elephant, they fly and fell. And Indra becomes so discouraged, morose, he is completely baffled. He loses all desire to fight because he thought it's impossible to fight. But still we see Vritrasura encourages him, fight. And especially, he says that don't have faith in your Gada, have faith in Vajra that is given by Lord. With that you can kill me. And he said, by killing me, there will be win-win situation for both of us. You want heavenly plans, you will get heavenly plans. And I want to go back home, back to God. I will be able to go back home, back to God. So please hit and kill me. So Vritrasura is not angry and disturbed. Why Lord is arranging for his killing, Imagine somebody is a great devotee. You are worshipping God and God arranges to kill you. How will you feel? Will you become so angry and upset? My dear Lord, I have been worshipping you so long and this is the result what you are giving? Vritrasura is pure devotee of Lord, and Indra is also devotee. Indra is going and asking Lord, please arrange to kill, and Lord is arranging Vajra to kill Vritrasura. And Vritrasura comes to know that Lord has given him Vajra to kill me. He is not angry and upset on Krishna, God. He didn't say, why dear Lord, what is this? You are going to kill me? Rather he says, my Lord is so merciful. He doesn't want me to be entangled in these materialistic things. He wants me to come back home to spiritual world. Thank you very much. So he's telling to Indra, my dear Lord, Indra, our Lord is so wonderful. Just see, he has arranged for my killing. So nice, he's so merciful. He doesn't want me to rot in this material world. But you are going to rot in material world. So, and then he offers prayers, my dear Lord, I just want to become servant of your servant. I've been waiting for this opportunity. And then he says, very nice prayer. He says, Na naga prishtam, na parameshtam, na sarvabhomam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhim apunarbhavam va, samanjasatva viraye kangshe. Vritrasura says, my dear Lord, you are the source of all opportunities. You can give everything to devotees. But I don't want anything. You can give, if somebody wants to go to Dhruva Loka, which is actually spiritual world in the material world. It's a spiritual planet, Dhruva Loka. Supreme Lord personally resides there. There is no birth order that this is there. It's very blissful. And one can go there. But he said, I don't want to go to Dhruva Loka. Or I don't want to go to Brahma Loka. Or I don't want to be Lord and Master of any of the heavenly planets. I don't want to be Lord and Master of any earthly planets or even lower planets. I also don't want Yoga Siddhis nor Apunarbhava. I don't want liberation. I just want to be servant of your servant, my dear Lord. So here we see devotees, they are experiencing so much nectar that they don't ask anything from the Lord. So this is standard of pure devotional service. This is standard of all devotees we see in Bhagavatam. Anya Bilashita Shunyam Dhyana Karmadi Anukulini Krishnana Shilanam Uttam. So these devotees, they are so happy in service of Krishna. They don't desire anything else. They just want to serve Krishna. Whereas demigod worshippers, they are not happy to worship demigods. They are interested in some rewards. And sometimes they don't love demigod. They are interested in the benedictions of demigod. We see Rukasur. There is Rutrasur, great devotee, and there is Rikasur, a demon. Just little bit spelling difference. So Rikasur, he wanted a benediction that whoever's head he touches, that person's head should blast. Should be torn to many pieces. So he was doing so much of tapasya to please Lord Shiva. And when Shiva see that he is so much doing tapasya, And practically, finally, he was about to cut off his head also. Shiva appeared. He said, "Oh, Rikasu, you are worshipping me. So please tell me what you want." Immediately, Rika said, "Oh, thank you very much for coming. I just want benediction that whoever is head, please bless me that whoever is head I touch, that head blast into many pieces." So Lord Shiva said, "Tatastu, so be it." And Rukasa becomes so ecstatic. And somehow Lord Shiva had appeared with Parvati. So he looked at Parvati. Parvati was so beautiful. He thought, "Oh, what is Lord Shiva doing with Parvati? Maybe I should be enjoying Parvati." So he thought, maybe Shiva is coming on my way, maybe I should touch his head and blast him so I can enjoy Parvati. And when Shiva heard this, saw this, his intention, Shiva started running. So we see these demigod worshippers, how selfish and how dangerous they are, Sometimes we see in modern times, Facebook and I don't know what all things, there are many followers, there are likes and all these things. So they are followers, but then what are they interested in? They are not interested in us. They are interested in what we have, and for their interest they can kill also the person, like this Rukasa was a follower of Shiva, but for his own son he was ready to kill Shiva also. It's not that they love this thing. So all these demigod worshippers or hero worshippers, it's not that they love hero, but they want something from them, and if they don't get it, they will be so upset. So this is the difference between devotees and of Lord Vishnu or Krishna and demigod worshippers. Demigod worshippers are not interested in demigod. They are interested in some benediction. Whereas devotees, they are not interested in any benediction. They are just interested in Lord. They just want to serve Lord, please Lord. We see Arjuna and Duryodhana both went to Krishna, and Krishna said, "I'm not going to fight. So you can choose. Either you can choose me or you can choose my Narayan Sena." Arjuna said, "My dear Lord, I want you." So devotee has no interest other than Lord. He said, "I want you." Krishna said, "I'm not going to fight." He said, no, doesn't matter. I just want you." And Duryodhana was so ecstatic. He thought, "Hey, this Arjuna is such a fool. I got Narayan Sena. Anyway, I was not interested in Krishna. What is the use of Krishna? So this is the difference between devotee and demon. Devotees are interested in Lord. Demons are interested in opulence of Lord, energies of Lord. Ravana was not interested in Ram. He was interested in Sita, energy of Lord Ram. So, and therefore, such people, even if they get so much opulence and all, actually that leads to their destruction. Whereas devotees, they don't want anything. They just want Lord. And because of that so much love for Lord, actually Lord gets conquered. Lord is Ajita, but even unconquered Lord is conquered by love of his devotees. Devotees give themselves to Lord, and Lord gives himself to devotees. So we see Lord and devotees are having very intimate relationship. So if someone serves devotees, Lord becomes very obliged to such person. And similarly, if someone serves Krishna, devotees become very obliged to such a person. Other way, if someone offends devotees of Lord, Lord cannot tolerate. And similarly, if someone offends Lord, devotee cannot tolerate that. So that is their loving relationships. So here we see materialistic person, though they may be big brahmanas, kshatriyas, vaishyas, sometimes they may have brahmanical initiations and they may study Vedas, but actually they don't know the essence of Vedas. They don't know Vedit Sarvaraham Vedya. The purpose of Veda is to know Krishna, and purpose of knowing Krishna is to surrender to Krishna and serve Krishna and love Krishna. But they just get carried away by the flattery words of Vedas, and material promises of the Vedas, and therefore they get into demigod worships. They desire to go to heaven, they desire to go to enjoy material things, and they disregard lotus feet of Supreme Lord, and they ridicule devotees. And in this way, they actually cause great, they lose the great opportunity to perfect their lives and got great misfortune for themselves. And ultimately, we see this Niga, such a great pious person, but he was attached to this karma kanda and then he became a lizard. But fortunately, he had served Krishna, Krishna's devotee, so he was saved from lizard body. So many materialist people, they are so much excited by karma kanda, and so that they think they will enjoy material life. In modern times, people have not much faith in karma kanda; they have more faith in science and technology. So science and technology, same karma kanda, but in a minuscule way, in imperfect, perverted version of karma kanda. But promises are same. So people don't have faith like karma kanda. They don't much have faith in God and pure devotional service. They have great faith in karma kanda. Similarly, so-called modern people may not have faith in Krishna and devotional service to Krishna, but they have great faith in economic development and in science and technology. But result of that is they just invent more and more different ways how to suffer miserably. They think that suffering which is created by Maya Devi is not enough. They want newer ways to suffer. So the science and technology can't make one happy, but definitely can make one miserable. Earlier one were dying on the earth only, now they can die on the air also. Earlier, nowadays different ways of science and technology can kill people. Earlier people were having some stress, now science and technology and modern life create so much stress, so many problems. So here Chanmasa Rishi is telling that those who do not worship Supreme Person Godhead, those who ridicule devotees, those who ridicule devotees, they cannot be happy. They may be puffed up, they may be proud, but they end up just suffering now and entering the hell. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much. If anybody has any comment or any question, we can take a few minutes. Yes, Harshit Prabhu, mic is there.
Is that the nature of the mind is to underestimate the spiritual life and to overestimate the happiness of mind. So I see that this mindset is still living after practicing devotional service. So how to get out of this mindset?
So we have to study Bhagavatam. Study Bhagavatam. All this illusion will be smashed. And if you read Prabhupada books, practically every page of Prabhupada book explains how material world is miserable place. So yes, if you want to practice spiritual life sincerely, we should lose all hopes in material life. We should lose all hopes of any happiness in material life. We should know materialistic sense gratification means misery. Person may think, oh, lot of money, I'll be happy. No, one should know lot of money, lot of anxiety. So many, lot of money means you get true enemies and false friends. And you can read Bhagavatam, our this Mr. Avanti Brahmana, Avanti Brahmana. He tells 15 dangers that comes with money. He says how for earning money, for saving money, for spending money, growing money, protecting money, all there is just hard level anxiety and misery, and how so many things come up, duplicity, telling lies, intoxication, all these things come up, pride with this money, So practically every material aspect which we glorify, if we study Bhagavatam, we can see personalities revealing the real nature of that things. In this world, people greed for wealth is so much appreciated, but actually greed for wealth can destroy you, and that Bhagavatam tells. Avanti Brahman statement. Similarly, in this world, people so much mad after opposite sex. But if you study Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam tells how it can destroy your life. How Pururava, such an emperor of whole earth, he was ruined because of running after Urvashi. Yayati Maharaj, how he suffered terribly. Even apparently he was thousands of years living with Devyani and Sharmishta. But he was never satisfied. He was so miserable. Similarly, all aspects you can see the stories of great personalities telling with their own realizations. That how the so-called sanctification in this world only leads to misery, whereas devotional service leads to great happiness. So, yes, there is happiness in this world, but that happiness is in devotional service, in serving Krishna. But as far as material life is concerned, whatever you think is happiness, that is actually just illusion, Maya. There is no happiness in material world separate from service to Krishna. Yes, there is happiness, but that happiness is byproduct of selfless service to Krishna. So all these things we can learn from Bhagavatam, and also from lives of great devotees. And when we repeatedly hear, then we can understand. And if we don't understand, sometimes we may get some experience, then we'll understand. But at least we should have heard it. Otherwise, if you have not heard it, you will not understand also. In material world, people, they are miserable and they keep trying again, become more and more miserable. They do not give up their endeavor. Why? Because they have not heard anything positive. But if one hears about Supreme Lord and devotional service to Lord, if one is entering material life, when he gets frustrated, at least he knows, let me try out devotional service of Lord. And when one tries out devotional service of Lord, one can experience, oh, it's wonderful. There is happiness there. Yes. This material world may be miserable, but actually spiritual world is a place of happiness, Vaikuntha. There is no anxiety. Material activities may lead to misery, but spiritual activities, they give so much bliss that devotees don't want anything else. They are happy with this devotional service only. They don't want any benediction, because the benediction of service itself is so great. They are fully satisfied. Okay? Service itself is a reward. Because service itself gives so much nectar. Whereas material world, the process, material endeavors are also very much troublesome, and the result they get, that produces more misery only, because one becomes attached and to the materialistic things and all these things. Okay, thank you very much. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Krishna.